All right, guys. We are back from another camping trip. You've probably seen a camping video at this point, but I was at the Hershey RV show and I ran into Kim with Liquefied. This video is not sponsored by Liquefied, but she gave me this shirt and it's funny, so I'm wearing it. Today I am reviewing a product. This product was, somebody reached out to us, Allpowers Solar Generator. And they reached out and said, if we send you one of our generators, would you review it? And I said, sure. We've been actually wanting one of these for the house. As you guys know, a lot of us are part-timers. And so I appreciate having things that I think that will work for the house and for the camper. And so they sent me this. I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty impressed with it. My initial impression of it is I'll be honest with you, I was really hoping it would run the air conditioner, and I tried it and my air conditioner made a not nice sound and the generator started beeping, so we're not going to do that. But where this thing kind of stands out to me, and it's kind of my thought with it, where it would be handy is if you're camping somewhere and you're running a generator during the day but they got quiet hours. When you shut your generator down, like I've got a 4,000 watt inverter, a little quiet generator thing I got from Northern Tool, but you could run this to run like your microwave, your televisions, and all of the other stuff except for your AC. Our camper doesn't require a ton of energy to run everything outside of the air conditioners, and so this product would be very, very handy for that. I just think that, you know, it has a place for that, and I think if you want to run something bigger than, you know, run your generators, you're going to need something bigger than this one. This is a 2,500 watt. Fair disclosure, I'm not real techie when it comes to lithium and watt hours and blah, 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 and all that stuff. So I'm gonna have Carolina put the specs up here. And then for those of you that know what all that means, let me know, because I don't. One thing they did send me these 200 watt solar panels. They're flexible. I think if you're camping in a travel trailer where you don't have the hitch in the back of your truck, they're pretty handy. I wish they had like some sort of stand that was like built on the back of them, so I had something to lean them up against, because when I'm camping I don't have a plethora of step ladders with me to lean them up on. That's kind of a dislike. Another thing I don't like about it is that these they're flexible, but they're not foldable. And I think if you're in a travel trailer where you don't have the hitch in the back of your truck, you can slide them in on top of, like I have a bed cover, so I could put like all my camping crap in and slide these on top of that and they would ride just fine. Where if you're in a fifth wheel, you're gonna have to throw them under your bed or on your bed or find a place behind a couch or something to put them. And so I don't know, I'll just like, you know, storage is important. And so that's kind of a dislike for me on them. If I were going to purchase this set and with this deal here, and we'll put this Allpower generator deal in our Amazon store. If I was going to buy it, I would buy the box, and they make foldable, like collapsible accordion type solar panels. If I was in a fifth wheel, that's probably what I would do, and not use the Allpower solar panels. Now, if you have a travel trailer and you can have a place to put these solar panels are fine. I'm just thinking future use and storage. I have been wanting one of these. Valerie's been wanting one of these, and we have been talking about buying one forever. Just in case the power goes out for an extended period of time, we can run these. They don't make any noise, so you don't have to worry about your neighbors come stealing your generator. And it will also run, you know, like your refrigerator, you can run a microwave or a hot plate and all that stuff with it. So it does have kind of a multi-purpose thing. So it charges pretty easily. It just uses a standard charger. That's like what some of the old school computer monitors run. And then this is the charger for the solar system. When they ship you these panels, they do come with a thing where you can hook both panels together, which is pretty handy. When I first got it, I was like, how in the heck am I going to get all this hooked together? Fair disclosure, I have not read any instructions because that's just how I like to do things. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to set this thing up on the tailgate of my truck and kind of show you what's on the front of it. It's a heavy Sal. So it's got plenty of outlets on it. These are all 20 amp. The one thing that made me think it might run an AC is it's got this camper plug on it. And it says for RV use only. It's a 30 amp plug with a 20 amp max. So I might be able to run an AC on it if I hook up the big cord to it. I don't know. But with the noise that my AC made when I tried to run off the extension cord, which is mainly what I do when I'm home and I plug it into the wall, is just, I got a plug over by the pool and I plug this thing in and it runs my AC. So you have that, but it's got all the little USB things so you can charge your teenage daughter's phones. Because heaven forbid their phone not work. That would be a freaking travesty. And then it does have a cigarette lighter that you can plug in your radar detector to if you're sitting still at the campground. I don't know why they would put a cigarette lighter on this, but if you have something that runs off a cigarette lighter, let me know. Or a DC output. I don't think they call them cigarette lighters anymore. But
there's a phone charger that does.
Yeah.
The round one.
Yeah. So there you go. You can do that. I think if you're going to try to run an AC on these, I think you can get a couple of these and hook them up in a series, which this is what this port here is for. So you can grab another one of these boxes, drop it right on top, hook them together, and you would go to essentially, well, this is a 2500, so you essentially go to a 5,000 watt, whatever that is means. Yeah, I mean, we've been wanting one, so they said they would give me one if I talk about it. So we have so many offers on stuff, and I'm always like, you know, if you're going to send me something, I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Valerie she's behind the camera again, and she was just saying, you know, we get all kinds of product offers on just junk. And honestly, like, I'm not going to talk about something that I don't believe in or something I wouldn't use. This is a product I would use. And I always kind of joke, I'm like, they email me this stuff, and I'm like, one of these days I'm going to start have them send me this junk so that I can tell you guys that the stuff that they are trying to sell you is junk. But anyway, so this is Allpowers 2500. We'll put the link in our Amazon store to it. I plug that thing in. It's real simple, straightforward. You plug it in, you turn it on, you plug it in. I mean, it's not much to show there, but you can run a microwave. The TVs are on. You're going to run a few things like that. We're fortunate in the fact that our refrigerator is 12 volt, so it doesn't pull in current from that box. It pulls it from the battery. But one thing I will show is, like, it is showing our battery at 13.4 volts, which it is also nice because it's charging my battery. You can't see it. It's showing our battery at 13.4 volts, so it's charging our house battery while it's also, like, we're able to use the microwave and doing some things like that. So if you're camping in the fall when it ain't a bajillion degrees like today and you don't need to run your AC, I think it's actually a good little product to have, especially when you get to the quiet time hours. You can shut your generator down, save some gas, plug that thing in, still watch TV and do those things you want to do. So,
and it's actually kind of small. It's smaller than that gas-powered one we have.
And it doesn't take up a lot of space. It is heavy. I think I read it's like 85 pounds. But I think if you're going to boondock and you want to use it, you probably need the generator and that. My thought is in a day where you're not using it, you should be able to throw your solar panels out and let the solar charge the battery. But if you get toward the end of the day and you're noticing that you're not charged, you might want to plug it into the generator to let the generator finish it off. And then, you know, you have power to do a few things at night. And also, you know, you're not running your generator and pissing all your neighbors off. So, yeah.
True.
So. And
is it like Starlink where if there's trees, well, you're just SOL? If
you're trying to charge something solar, it's a microwave going off. If you're trying to charge solar under the trees, you are 100% SOL. So if you got a heavy tree thing, I would suggest just plugging into your generator while your generator is running during the day, and let the generator charge it up while it's running as well.
Is it heavier than the e-bike?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
So it needs a ramp.
Well, honestly, when I carried it, it's been in the front foyer area of our house for what, 3 weeks. And I thought, I'm gonna put this thing in the garage. And I thought, well, I'm gonna get my dolly out and dolly it in the garage because it is heavy. So
it needs a ramp and its own storage room.
It needs wheels and a handle, like a luggage handle.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, I'm looking at that certain camper I love that has the e-bike room. Do I need a solar generator room too?
We're not getting that camper. But yeah, it needs to be like one of those old igloo coolers that had the wheels on the back end with the pull up and you could roll it behind you. That would actually be pretty handy. But if you're home with it, dolly works good too. So I'm gonna use a dolly and put it in the garage.
Well, tell Allpower, is it Allpower?
Yes.
Tell Allpowers to add a handle and wheels.
Allpower, if you're watching this video, I don't know if you will or not, I'm sure you probably will. Put wheels on it. We can roll it around and make life a little bit easier, maybe a handle. All right guys, so we've had tons of Hershey content, and so I've been able to hang on to my Allpowers and use it for a little bit. I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty impressed with it. So to kind of give you where I used it, my uncle and I have been remodeling our kitchen and laundry room, and we were working one day and we're getting extension cords out to run a chop saw on a table saw or miter saw on a table saw and charge some batteries like Milwaukee batteries and Ryobi batteries. And so I said, you know what? I said, I got this solar generator underneath the stairs in the garage. Let's see how this thing works. And so we worked about all day that day, and of course we weren't running saws constantly, but we were sawing a lot because we were trimming out the laundry room. And this thing worked great, and so much so that I thought, if I was like a construction guy, or someone who like trimmed houses or needed to run a generator, if you're framing houses, you need a generator for something, I would 100% buy one of these, just for the simple fact that it doesn't make any noise. And I thought, well, that's great. And so you can get these panels like this, and me and Uncle Timmy were talking about it, and I'm like, you know, you could take these panels that are made like this, and I would figure out a way to fix them to the roof of my enclosed trailer where they stayed there, and then run a wire down inside, kind of like we do on our solar panels on our campers, and just leave it plugged in all the time. So when you're on a job site, your solar panel should be catching sun for the most part, and there you go, you got power. But all in all, I still haven't tried my camper with the big heavy cord to run the AC. I do think, and this is purely guessing, but I do think if you have soft starts on your AC, this thing would probably start your AC and run your AC. Now, it's only 2,500 watt, but it is 4,000 watt start or peak or whatever, so I could be wrong. And if you have one of these and you've run an AC on it, let me know. I'm just kind of curious. And I did say that I wouldn't buy the Allpower solar panels, but I want to correct that in this video. They do sell what they call a suitcase style solar panel. This is just a solar panel they sent me. And so if I could get the suitcase ones, you know, if I was camping, it would make a lot of sense to have those just for the storage and how they collapse down. But this is a good thing that you can throw in the back of your truck if you got a travel trailer. You can throw it in your bay if you got a fifth wheel or ABC, you know, drivable. And it does give you an option for extra power. If you're camping or something and you run your batteries down, you know, you could. Probably not going to jump start your diesel pusher with it, but you can charge your teenage daughter's cell phone, and she won't be mad at you that the batteries are dead. So you do have that option. If you got one, let me know what you think of it. I'm still pretty new to this. I'm learning about solar generators and lithium batteries and solar power stuff, and because when Valerie and I boondock, that just means we're camping somewhere without full hookups. We have power but no sewer. So that's our antithesis of boondocking. One thing I do like is they send you this bag, and I thought, why do they send you this bag? That's kind of weird. But this bag is a great place for all your cables, which was no longer not weird. So that's actually kind of helpful. Keep all your crap together. I think this thing's really handy. Have a good place to, you know, power goes out. I think it'll run your freezer. Your deep freezers don't pull that much energy or current. So I mean, it'll run your deep freezer for a long time, especially if you put your solar panels out. One thing I would do, and I'll probably get on Amazon, is order, like these leads aren't very long, and you can order them like 100 foot long or something, where you could put your panels out in your backyard and leave your generator in the garage. And this cable's not very thick, so you can actually close the door, scoot it under the garage door, and keep it from someone from permanently borrowing it. Which I don't know that, you know, everybody's honest, so that would never happen. So yeah, so this is about the middle of October. So we've had Hurricane Helene. Milton's about to hit Florida. We've got Valerie's brother and sister are both in Florida riding it out. I actually think Michaela's in Cincinnati, but her partner is in, he's braving it out, last I heard. So he's going to Atlanta, Valerie said. So he's getting out of Dodge. So I know Lou and Christine, they stayed in in Tampa, but they're quite a ways away from the coast, so they're not going to get the storm surge like the people on the coast. But all you guys that have dealt with that, man, our thoughts and prayers will just go out to you guys. I know that's just a tough hand to be dealt, and you know, the amount of devastation and things that we've seen and people that we talk to. I've got a couple of employees in Greenville, South Carolina, and I was talking to Jordan today, and she was telling me that, you know, it's like a bomb went off everywhere she goes. Big trees down, just she said, everywhere goes, it looks like something blew up. We're praying and we're thinking about you. And I know that doesn't mean much, but you know, it's what we can do right now. So we are donating to the organizations we found. You know, there's some people that I know that are going down, and I've given them some money to buy supplies. They're taking stuff like Irwin, Tennessee, and some of those areas. We're doing what we can. I will say, you know, when you get on your feet and you get things kind of settled out, one of these little solar generators, well, it's not going to run your whole house, and it's not going to pull water out of your well. If you have a well, it will keep you from throwing everything in your fridge away. And I do think, I'm not a prepper by any stretch, but having a few things like that can help you get through these hard times. If I had a pallet of them, I'd send them, you know, but I don't, and I don't know how to get it to you. Just know that you guys are on our minds, and from Jarrett and Val, like, we're praying for you guys. See you guys on our next adventure.